Welcome to Heine House Live, a podcast about the exciting and ever-changing world of gaming and technology. Heine House Live is available on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever else you listen to podcasts. For all other info, including links to our community Discord, live video feed, episode archive, and a whole host of other great entertainment, please visit HeineHouse.com, bruh. What's up, y'all? What up, what up, what up? Y'all know where to go. HeineHouse.com. Welcome back to the Heine House. I'm your good friend, Jay Soon, kicking it with you. It's currently, let's see, what's currently the date? What is the date? It is February 24th, 2020, and it is exactly 4:21 a.m. in the morning. Yes, it is in the morning. Wait, what's going on? Because my sleep schedule's fucked. And you know, my crazy schedule, I don't need to get into it. Work graveyards. I actually did just a little bit of OT today, and so that really threw off my whole shittery here. So, yeah. So I figured, well, I'm up. We're here. We're chilling. I got my notes complete. Let's just do the show. Let's go ahead and rock it. HeineHouse.com is the website. You got a voicemail. How about the Heine House hotline? Y'all know 503-908-5490. That's the phone number. 503-908-5490. We have a couple of calls we're going to take later on. A couple of calls came in, some voicemails. Absolutely fantastic. Social media all over the place at Heine House. Y'all know the drill. Shout out to the amazing patrons you see right here on your screen. Where's my applause? There it is. Thank you so much for your support, folks. Because of your support, all the people you see on your screen, the game lofters, the main floors, and the ground floor patrons, because of your support, that means we are here live on the podcast. It's alive and kicking. Hey, I'd like to welcome two brand new patrons to the show. Cameron Johnson, the voicemail maniac, the man that has been calling in the last 4 episodes. Leave me a voicemail. Much love to you. Cameron, thank you so much for your support on Patreon. Also, we are here welcoming, I thought it was gaming related. I was talking to him about this in Patreon DMs. It's not Duke Nukem related, but Mr. Duke Magnum. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your support. It was sports related, not Duke. Come on, Jason. Duh. You big idiot. You big dummy. So yeah, but thank you folks and welcome to the show. Duke Magnum said he listened to the 10-year recap episode recently, and that made him feel inspired to come and support. And I think that's great. That it would make you feel some sort of way to do that. And it means so much to me. So thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to get into some stuff. I got some stuff to talk about. We got some tech news. We got some gaming news. Of course, you know the drill. And then we have some voicemails to take us out. And I have some great announcements. Actually, I just have one big, fat, major, amazing announcement. Probably the biggest announcement that I've had to give, or that I've wanted to give for so many years. And I'm finally able to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, after many, many years of hard work, dedication, and keeping silent, literally 4 years I've had to keep silent on this endeavor. But the game that I'm producing the soundtrack for, Racing Apex, is going to be unveiled on the 26th. That's in 2 days from right now of recording. Actually, yeah, 2 days. And extremely excited. This is huge news. And I can't even talk about the details of it until it's unveiled. All right. So I can say that it is coming the 26th. You're going to learn about it. I believe the video shows what the game is going to look like, what it's going to be about. And also one thing, if you've noticed, if you look at the social media, which is huge, is that Sumo Digital is developing the game. Yes. This is like a dream come true. So I've been working with Lucky Mountain Games, who have worked at Rockstar London, who have done Burnout, APB. They've worked for EA. They've done stuff with Battlefield. They've done stuff with Need for Speed. Like, the team is solid, and this is amazing. And then Sumo is now involved. Well, they've been involved. I haven't been able to talk about it, but that is on social media. You can see that. I can say that. And so that's really huge news. So I'm working directly. I'm communicating with these guys who have made some of the greatest Sega arcade racing games that have been known. I mean, it's huge. Transformed, Outrun, all these great games. And so I'm so excited. This has morphed and transformed into something incredible for me. So check this out, folks. Like, it went from me trying to sell myself to the small indie team, Lucky Mountain Games, who broke off from the big AAA stuff to do their own thing. They broke off. They created their own studio. They're making great indie games. And then it caught the attention of the big fish. And it's pretty fantastic that it is now transformed into, now for the first time ever, I have composition and producer credits on a AAA game, just like that. And so, hey, I'll give it up. It feels great. It feels really, really great. And it's one of those lessons that I can share. I can talk about it and share it, but also it was like a reinforcement to me, to don't be afraid to go outside of the box. Don't be afraid to be confident in your abilities. Don't be afraid to sell yourself. Once the reveal happens and everything is out there, I'm actually going to make kind of a like mini documentary, but it's more or less going to be me talking about this whole process, because this is 4 years in the making. And I cannot wait to share this stuff. I cannot wait to talk about it, how it all came to be, how it all transpired, what happened. I mean, like, I have stories to tell, and I cannot wait to share that stuff. But yes, good stuff. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited. So yeah, Racing Apex. Tune into Curve Digital, who is the publisher. Curve Digital, their Twitter. So just go look up Racing Apex. You'll see there's a little teaser trailer announcement, and it has a link to their Twitter. So follow them on Twitter. That's where the unveil is going to happen. Okay? Great stuff. Looking forward to that. Probably the greatest highlight ever for me. So happy. Rick Moranis is returning to Hollywood. TMZ reported this. This is great. Rick Moranis, he's coming back to do a reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's the amazing 90s movie. Man, I love that movie. That was such a great movie. Really gave you perspective and made you look at things differently. It was really, really cool. I actually really felt bad for like insects and stuff after that, because, it really pulled at the feels. Just kicked me right in the feels. Rick Moranis left in the 90s to take care of his children. Unfortunately, his wife passed away due to cancer. And so he left Hollywood saying, you know what? I'm out. I'm going to raise my kids. And he did. He left. Not a peep out of him. He took care of his kids and was there for his children. I think it's such a great, amazing thing. He can separate, what's reality and what's, I don't want to say fiction, but I mean, more or less, he had success, in his early days, and he was able to leave and take care of his kids, and he did the right thing. I think that's great. So people are excited because he's coming back. Yeah, so awesome. So we'll see probably more information start popping up on that. Rick Moranis is coming back. Maybe we'll see Spaceballs 3, The Quest for More Money. Is that what he called it? The Hunt for More Money, I think he called it that. The Search for More Money, something like that. I would love to see Spaceballs. Or Spaceballs 2. A little bit more information. I raged like a motherfucker. I raged like crazy. Last episode, I ranted about this Rage Against the Machine tickets. And I'm not going to go super crazy again on that. But there was some backlash. And I mean that by like a shitload of backlash. People were freaking out, as they should. It's complete bullshit. But Rage Against the Machine have canceled the ticket surges that were happening at Ticketmaster. Tom Morello has threatened to sue Ticketmaster and their parent company Live Nation if they go back on their word about ticket pricing and the series of tweets that he sent out. So normal ticket prices were supposed to be $125. We saw those. Anything more than that would be considered a charity ticket. Anything over $125 price would go to local charities. Well, what happened was, and I'll just briefly talk about it. We'll move on. We won't spend a lot of time here. What happened was, Ticketmaster does surge pricing. It's like Uber when there's like a big popular buzz and it's the surge pricing, or it's like on a holiday or a sporting event, the pricing goes up, they surge it. Same thing there. When they saw all the people in the queue, thousands and thousands of people trying to get tickets, they just slowly start to raise their prices and just kind of gouge people. And that's exactly what they were doing. I saw it firsthand. First fucking hand, I saw it sitting there watching my $125 ticket that I couldn't get, by the way, just surge up. And so it was ridiculous. And then the charity tickets, they were already like 500 to begin with, right? And those just went up into the thousands. Like, it's crazy. So I think that's great. Unfortunately, it's a little too late. You know, there's nothing that can be done with that. Y'all should have been on fucking top of that. Y'all should have known Ticketmaster does this. They've done this for years. I mean, you should know better. Like, take care of your customers. You haven't played in 20 years. We're trying to get back. We're trying to see you and support you. Don't fuck with us. It's a stupid ass game. I'm not going to see him because of it. And it sucks. I want to go see him. It's not doing it. I checked the prices as of writing this. This was 2 days ago. I wrote this article. They were $450 for just the normal standard, non-floor seating. I'm like, fuck that, dude. Come on. Ridiculous. Not happening. So yeah, I hope they sue them. I hope they figure it out, and I hope they do better next time. You may need a Costco membership to get a hot dog and pizza at Costco now. Yeah, this has kind of been rumored. It hasn't been officially announced by Costco directly from like headquarters or corporate, but some stores are implementing this. So I think this may be something that comes around. If you don't know, Costco has a food court, and their food court's amazing. It has some of the best, if not still the cheapest. They have pizza, hot dogs. They have little like milkshake. What do they call? They're called like coffee something. There's a raspberry something or other. They have churros. They have the chicken bake. They have some have a pulled pork sandwich. And there's a bunch of other stuff that they have there as well. And they're cheap. Like the hot dog is $1.50, gives you a hot dog and a drink. And the hot dog is like pure all beef, like kosher, like it's legit. And the drink's like a 20-ounce refillable like soda or whatever. It's the best deal in town. And honestly, they go do some research. They make so much money on their food court. Like their hot dogs alone make them millions every year. Just the hot dogs. I'm not talking about anything else in the store. Just the sales of their hot dogs make them millions. Some crazy ass number. But yeah, so Costco Deals is the Instagram account that was reporting on this. So I guess some people make Instagram accounts on like Costco stuff. Like, you know, hey, there's a market for everything. So they reached out to two stores in New York State, and they both said that they had heard the rumors, but neither store had received confirmation from corporate. Those two stores that they contacted didn't have any plans to do so unless told to do so, but there are evidently some stores that were reporting it and have done so. I don't know what stores those are. It's just kind of sort of rumored right now, but that would suck, man. I mean, we have a Costco membership, and it's worth it if you want to buy in bulk. But then again, you know, if you don't use it for the gas, you don't really go there that often. You want to get toilet paper and paper towels in bulk. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it might not be too worth it for some people. I thought it was nice to just go there and get a hot dog or a piece of pizza, or like their whole 20 ounce, their 18-inch large pizza for like $10. Like those pizzas are fucking bomb. They're amazing. Amazing. Yeah, so who knows? We'll see what happens. If you don't go to Costco or around Costco, then this doesn't apply to you. How about that? I should probably put this in gaming news, but just a little quick update. Folks, as of right now, if you want the Super Nintendo wireless controllers for your Switch online to play your Super Nintendo games, they are back finally after like 6 months of being sold out. Nintendo does have them on their site. They're available. They are the official Super Nintendo controllers. They're wireless. They have the USB-C port on the top for charging, and they're sold individually. Isn't that fucked? The NES ones were sold as a pair. These ones are not sold individually, probably because they're more expensive. I don't know. Kind of ridiculous. They are $30 a pop. All right. Now I know it's kind of steep. It is. I agree. It is. But I feel like it's worth it to get that type of input, get an official first party. I don't know. I'm kind of a first party, like, now I wouldn't say stickler, but if it's available and they make it, I like to do it. I'd rather use that over some like Mad Cats or some weird, even though everything's gotten really good today. I mean, like 8-Bit Do and Retrobit and a bunch of other companies make great controllers for all these consoles. So Power A even makes really great stuff. There's a bunch of options. Shit, you can go to Walmart and pick up something tonight probably. It's really good. But anyway, point is they're available. They're in stock. Get them before they sell out because they're going to sell out straight up. You know it. I picked up some myself. So we will have our Super Nintendo ready to go. If you want to come over and play, just, holler at me. Did you guys go see Sonic the movie? Sonic. Did you guys go see it? Because it came out last weekend and it has done extremely well at the box office. Extremely well. It was released over President's Day weekend, earning a whopping 57 million over the Friday through Sunday debut over the 3-day span. Wow. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's the biggest launch ever for a video game based movie. Insane. I don't know. The thing is I think, now here's just my opinion. Here's just a little tidbit from Jay Heine. I feel that the whole Sonic blunder of how they animated him and made him look was completely deliberate, on purpose, targeted, surgical strike. It was on purpose, folks. They wanted to generate so much buzz and hype on the movie. And what better way for them to do it was to fuck up one of the greatest video gaming mascots ever. Sonic, of course. And that's what they did. They already knew they were going to go back and redesign him. In fact, they probably already had the redesign of him done at this point. They probably already had it done. Because during that time it happened, they're like, oh, we're going to go back and change him completely. We're going to rewrite the whole movie. Oh, okay. You're going to just go rewrite the whole movie and just redo all the animation, all that. No, horse shit. You made that trailer with a fucking derpy Sonic in it. You made that. You put that out there. You got the buzz. You got people all in an uproar. And then, like the good people that you are, you're going to go fix it. I think that's exactly what happened. I mean, honestly, I'm not like mad about it. I'm just saying that's what it had to have happened. Because how many like movies that come out like video game related or whatever, like pop culture movie, it's like video games based off movies. Like they just fucking fall flat. And so I think they just wanted to generate buzz. And I feel it was deliberate. Hey, good on them. It worked. It fucking worked. It was amazing. So I don't know. Had the internet not been ablaze on Sonic, do you think that it would have done so well? I still think it would have done pretty well, to be honest. But had it been that face, I don't think anyone would have really, like, people would have gone to it and said, what the fuck? Dude, it blows me away seeing his teeth too. They put like a real person. He's got a real person's mouth. Jeez. There you go. Crazy. That just blows me away. It's nuts. They put like a dog's nose on him too. Look at it's fucking deliberate. It has to be. Anyway, I haven't seen the movie yet. I want to see it. I wanted to go see Bad Boys 3 too. I just don't have time. We don't have a day to go do it. It's maddening. It's maddening, I tell you. That was a little random news for you. Folks, how about this week in gaming history? Yeah, we're going to go back in time. Back in time, baby. Back in time. Section of the show where I talk about games that came out in the past during the week this podcast airs. February 24th through March 1st. Hello, March. Here we are. All right, let's start on February 24th. 2005, Tekken 5 on PS2 was released. Another Tekken love. I actually had somebody write a comment on YouTube on the podcast like 3 or 4 ago. I was asking about the Tekken Advance, that Tekken fighting game. I don't remember who it was on YouTube, but I responded to him like, hey, man, how is it? Let me know how it is. Was it Elk Plays? Somebody on there on YouTube. So thank you for that. But let me know how that is. I'm really curious. I don't know anyone who's played it. 2005, same day, same year, Need for Speed Underground Rivals on PSP in Japan. 2006, a year later, Samurai Warriors 2 on PS2 in Japan. And rounding out February 24th in 2015, Dragon Ball Xenoverse on PS3 and PS4, Xbox One, and 360. Look at that. the 4x4, the 4-stacker on all 4 consoles. All right, moving on to the next day, February 25th, folks, in 2010, Final Fantasy 1 and 2 on iOS was released 10 years ago. 2014, Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare on Xbox One came to be on that day. Pretty fantastic. How about 2014? Thief on PC and PS4. Man, that game generated a lot of buzz when that came out. I remember that. It was good. Let's move on to the next day, February 26th. How about 1993? Can you guess? Batman Returns on Super Nintendo in Japan. Batman Returns. Those are some great fighting games, man. Great beat 'em ups. 2009, Halo Wars on 360 in Japan was released on this day. And finally, February 26th in 2011, round of applause, the Nintendo 3DS handheld. Yeah. Winner. I actually remember that day vividly. I was here in Arizona, and I remember we were at our other place there, and I remember Gamester hit me up. Was like, dude, I got one. I'm like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, come on over. So he's like, come check it out. So I drove over to his house, and we were in there. We were playing Ridge Racer. That was the launch title, and so I was playing Ridge Racer, and it was a little underwhelming, to be honest, but it was really cool just to see it, and the 3D was really nice. I liked it. So we sat there and we played it for a while, and yeah, it was way cool. We fucked around with the AR and stuff. He put it on the table, and we the augmented reality stuff, and you could look at it and things would pop out of the table and our little cards and stuff. It was cool, It was cool. Very cool handheld. Move on to the next day, February 27th, in 1996, Pokemon Green and Red version on Game Boy in Japan was released. 2001, Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons on Game Boy Color in Japan was released. 01, great year. 2002, Command & Conquer Renegade on PC was released. And 2006, Super Princess Peach on DS was released. Steph actually has a copy of that game signed by Princess Peach herself. Very, very cool. How about 2018? Chrono Trigger on PC. You guys remember when this came out? Oh my God. What a fucking launch that was. It was a complete and utter disaster. The port was terrible. We had issues. I think there was frame rate issues. There was resolution issues. It was awful. And I felt really bad for people who like Chrono Trigger because it was a complete disaster. They have since patched and fixed it, and the game's fantastic. You should absolutely pick it up now. But my goodness, did it take them a year to figure that out? What a blunder. Move on to the next day. How about February 28th in 1992, Contra 3, The Alien Wars on Super Nintendo in Japan. Yes, Contra 3. Definitely a game was on my top 20 SNES games video that I did a couple weeks back. Hard as nails, man. Hard as nails, but what a fun game. Great sound. The bosses are those bosses are so creepy. Even to this day, they freak me out. Like that alien that comes out and like opens the thing, like sticks his claws and then pulls the doors open, and then it's like just looking at you like, oh, dude, I got goosebumps just thinking about it. It's creepy ass bosses. He did such a nice job on those. In 1995, Star Wars Dark Forces on PC. Oh my goodness, Dark Forces. I remember 95. I remember trying to get that game to run. In fact, I bought it first for Mac. And I think I still have the box somewhere for that. I have two. I have the PC and Mac version. The first version I bought for Macintosh, because that's what we had at the time. We had a 1991 or 92 Performa 450, which, folks, it's still in the garage. I'm going to do a video on it soon. Well, maybe not soon, but I will do a video on it eventually. Yeah, and I tried to get it to run. Fucking thing wouldn't run. It's tough. It's really, really tough. Same thing with Rebel Assault. I have the Mac version of Rebel Assault, the first one in the big box. I tried to get that to run on the Mac. I bought the little joystick, tried to plug it. Oh my God, it was crazy. Crazy times. What a time to be alive. But yeah, great game. Absolutely great game. 1997, Mega Man 8 on PS1 was released. 1997, Super Bomberman 5 on Super Nintendo in Japan. Great party game. That BR, though. 1997, Turok Dinosaur Hunter on N64. Great game. Lovely game. Didn't age all that well, when you come back to it and you realize that like they put so much fog in it to help draw distance and stuff and try to get the frame rate under control. But hey, very ambitious and also, great game. If you really want to experience that game today, your best option is probably GOG. Go to GOG.com. They have both Turok 1 and 2. The PC ports of them, PC versions, is probably the best way to experience it because you get that proper control with mouse and keyboard. And you also get the high resolution textures, better draw distance, better frame rate. And I think you can disable fog. And I don't even think it has all the fog. I think you can see pretty far because the PC had the hardware to do the rendering on that. So, but yeah, check that out, GOG.com, if you really want that game. Where was I? 2006, Black on PS2. God, a completely underrated game on PS2. It was on original Xbox as well. A great shooter by EA. What a great game. Yeah, go back and play that one if you have a moment. I wish they would have ported that to PC. I wish we'd get a reboot or something. It's such a great game. Had stealth elements to it, but it was like super crazy high action. And just the intro or like the splash screen while you're waiting, like the main menu page, it just has like guns firing in slow motion and like shells ejecting like in slow motion. It's so amazing. Like what a great game. They did a great job on that. 2012, Mortal Kombat Complete Edition on PS3. And also in 2012, SSX, the snowboarding game on PS3 and 360. And finally, to round out February 28th is 2017's Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4. An absolutely brilliant game. 2 more days left. February 29th, leap year, folks. It's leap year. 1996, Descent 2 on PC. Remember Descent? Yeah, that's another one if you want to get a good copy of that. I think GOG has them as well. I know Steam has them as well. I think I have the first one on Steam. I think so. But GOG has them as well. A lot. This is a huge day. I'm going to try to blaze through these. All these games, folks, all of these games that you're about ready to hear, all came out in the year 2000. February 29th in 2000 was a big deal. Here's why. In 2000, Colin McRae Rally on PC. Dead or Alive 2 Dreamcast. Die Hard Trilogy 2 PS1. Gauntlet Legends PS1. Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed PS1. Pokemon Stadium N64. Resident Evil Code Veronica Dreamcast. Silent Bomber PS1. Soldier of Fortune, the amazing Soldier of Fortune on PC. I built a PC for that game specifically. South Park Rally N64 and Tony Hawk Pro Skater N64. Holy shit. PS1, PC, Dreamcast, N64. You are covered. Your bases are covered. Insane. What a great day. That's February 29th. And all those games, fantastic. Brilliant. Pick one. Roll the dice and pick one. They're so good. So fun to play. Last day here on This Week in Gaming History, March 1st, folks, in 1998, Yoshi's Story. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow, wow. And 1999, Need for Speed High Stakes on PS1. 2001, Zone of Enders on PS2 in Japan. How about 2010, Mega Man 10 on the Wii was released. 2016, Heavy Rain, PS4. 2016, Mortal Kombat XL on PS4. And finally, to round it out, in 2019, just last year, Dead or Alive 6 on PS4 a year ago this week. This week in gaming history, just like that. Yes, sirree, Bob. So good. Yeah, let's move on to some gaming news. Let's talk games. Talk gaming stuff. There's a new Switch Lite color coming out. Everyone's reported this on now. We pulled some info from TheVerge.com. Nintendo has announced a new color for the Switch Lite. It's called Living Coral. Kind of like a pinkish sort of color. It'll be available in Japan on March 20th with pre-orders on March 7th. Be launching in North America April 3rd. Got a pick for you. Boom. There it is. Pretty nice, right? So if you like that color, you can has it. You can has now. I don't know. I mean, I think they're all pretty good colors, to be honest, but I'd probably pick up the, I don't know. Either the gray one or the yellow one. I like those. Probably my favorite. Gray just because maybe it hides dirt and fingerprints a little bit better. I don't know. The yellow, going to get dirty quick. You're going to see that deteriorate pretty quick, but I don't know. It's pretty nice. Living Coral. Speaking of Nintendo, what was that Animal Droppings save data blurb in the Direct? Did you guys catch that? What the fuck are they talking about? Did any of you watch the Nintendo Direct with Animal Droppings? I know you did. A lot of you did. I know we did. And I was loving it. First of all, I cannot wait for the game. It looks great. It looks way more detailed. It looks like you actually control more of what you're doing there as opposed to the other games where you kind of have to you're living in this world where now is almost like you control the world, like you control the narrative a bit. You can create like your own paths. You can create bridges, waterfalls. You can dig out trenches. You can make paths. Like, dude, this is amazing. Honestly, when I saw that, I looked over at Steph. I go, holy shit, Steph. This game just became Minecraft. It just became Minecraft, which is huge news. But about halfway, no, not halfway. It was more towards the end. What was that bullshit they were talking about on saved game data? Dude, what are they thinking? Okay, I made some notes here. They said cloud saving won't be available. The problem is with limitation of Nintendo in their saves, in their cloud data. They've always had weird issues with this, and then again, I don't mean to hammer Nintendo or talk shit about it, but honestly, this is the same. They've always had issues with doing their online and now their save game data. The frequently asked question at the end of the New Horizons video notes that the cloud saves will not immediately be available. Instead, they're coming later. Why that is happening, I have no idea. And that only Nintendo Switch Online subscribers will be able to get access to that. Well, we kind of already knew that. When you sign up for it, that's really the main perk is to get cloud save data. And the fact that it's not available from launch, that's weird. Isn't that weird? I think that's weird. According to the fine print, those saves aren't freely accessible to the Nintendo Switch Online holders. Rather, the cloud save is only intended to be used in case of lost or damaged system data and can only be used once. Once. What the fuck is that? Did I not just report last week or 2 weeks ago of Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, coming up and saying, you know what, Nintendo, Sony, hey, we respect you guys. We love you all. We should come together and hug it out and figure this out together. But we don't give two shits about what you're doing. He came up and said, look, you're not even a blip on our radar. We've invested so much money in cloud gaming. We're above and beyond. And you know what? He is right. He is right. You have to hand it to the man for coming up and saying that and being bold and saying that. And part of me, some people some fanboys would be like, no, Nintendo. And dude, I'm the biggest fan of Nintendo you can find. I love Nintendo. Been there just since day one. We've been there. But when they do shit like this, when they are way behind the curve, when they are completely hurting their reputation, their customer base, their gamers, they're hurting us by doing stupid shit like that. Why are they doing this? Dude, hello, it's 2020. Make cloud saving available just do it. Just fucking do it. I don't understand why they have such an issue with this. Why is their online so behind the ball? Why don't they invest into that? Okay, your first party games are the best in the business. Probably the best first party games ever made. I'll say that. I'll give you that. But dude, what's up with your online? What's up with your cloud saves? What's up with your Switch Online? Why the fuck is Dr. Mario laggy on NES? I can't play it online. These things just bother me. And I can't be the only one who feels this way. Please don't leave me hanging here, folks. Do you feel this way too? Why does our beloved Nintendo do this? It just doesn't make sense. These guys, they're so old school. They're just so old fashioned. Do you not get it? Do you not get it? I'm not saying that Microsoft or Sony are going to just fucking run a train on you and like it's going to be over. I'm just saying that y'all need to get your shit together. You really do. That's ridiculous that we can't have save game data off from the very beginning with our Switch. Like, you want us to create these games and then save it to our system and like invest? Like, what are you gonna do, Nintendo? Are you forcing us to like play the game? No, hear me out. We're gonna play the game, right? We're gonna pop it in. We're gonna start the game. We're gonna create our account. We're gonna boom, create that save file. It's gonna be in the console. Saves to the console or your memory card or whatever have you. Okay, boom, there it is. Now we're playing the game. We're playing the game for maybe a month or 2 months. How long is it gonna take? I have no idea. We're playing it. Now we're invested. We have a vested time frame into this game. We have a vested interest into this game. We do not want to lose our save data, right? You could be playing one day and not want to lose your save data because that's frustrating, right? You don't want to start over. So what's going to happen? They're going to come out with some new fucking like, well, if you want to save your animal droppings data, you're going to have to pay another $2 a month on top of you. Like, I'm just saying, look, I'm not saying it's going to happen. Nothing would surprise me at this point anymore. Because why? This is the same company who just fucking came out and said, yeah, if you buy Nintendo Switch, you're going to get every month, you're going to get NES and Super Nintendo games. It's going to be great. We're going to release them every month. What happened? 3-4 months later? Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Yeah, we'll do it when we want. And then when we do it, we're going to release fucking Boat Challenge and tennis and Super B Buzz Off, Fuck Off, whatever it's called. You know, like, come on, dude. I mean, don't trip on me. You guys, do you see what I'm talking? I mean, do you understand what I'm talking about, though? Like, I see it. I'm trying to see it from all sides, right? And that's the beauty of this conversation. I'm trying to see it from all sides, but it's hard for me. It's hard for me to like give my sanction on this. It's hard for me to just accept this when they just continue to do weird stuff like this. Like, what are you doing? Doesn't make any sense. We want your games. We want to play. Quit fucking with us. I've been saying this since the Wii. I've been saying this since the Nintendo Wii came out. Why are you fucking with us? Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
What's Nerf doing, though? They're bringing back a new line of blasters to market. Yes, Nerf has spent the last few years bringing iconic weaponry from the world of video games into the real world. You guys probably saw this. Fortnite got its own blasters, and they got a few Super Soaker branded weapons as well. Overwatch got a whole bunch of really amazingly cool blasters. We have a couple ourselves. Diva has a really cool blaster. So nice. Now, Nerf is moving forward with its next installment, Halo. What? Halo? Yes, Halo. Now, if you remember, you know who had the license before Hasbro? Boomco. Yes, Boomco made a bunch of Halo branded Nerf blasters, and we have some as well. They're great. They're fantastic. And a lot of times, folks, I love the Boomco more than I love the Nerf. They're really, really great blasters. I love those. But they're going to be doing the Halo MA40 blaster inspired by the weapon that's going to be in the upcoming Halo Infinite. It's going to be a premier blaster from the upcoming set and features a clip that holds 10 darts. The MA40 takes 4 C batteries. Wow. When's the last time you bought C batteries? If anything, just for Nerf blasters. I don't know what else uses C batteries anymore. Your boombox from 1986. I mean, it might. In order to fire the darts, you're going to need 4 C batteries. Additionally, the blaster comes with a code to unlock this color scheme in the Halo Infinite game. Very cool. Retail price for the blaster is $50. That's not bad. That's really not bad. There's also 2 other blasters from the Microshot. What? Microshot line? Was that clever or what? Microshot? That's pretty clever wording there. They're all going to arrive in October. There's a couple USNC, SPNKR weapon, same name, same line. It's a one-shot blaster. These are smaller, single hand, smaller hand reload blasters. Come with 2 darts. Retail for $10. You see, they're only $10. These are really, really small. Yeah, I have the pictures of them here. I can show you. These are beautiful. Look at these things. Look at these things. Pretty nice. Look at that. And then this is obviously the little handheld one. And there's like the little needler, little mini needler. And you know what? I want to say, folks, unfortunately, this is what Nerf does. Because why wouldn't they? These are all just basically This is like playing a character in Overwatch and then just putting on a different skin on that character. These blasters, like this blaster and this blaster, the same. They're the same. They have the same internals, the same everything. It's all identical. It's just the skins are a little bit different. This blaster's been around forever. I think in like the early 2000s, they came out with this style blaster. This is a single shot. You pull the bottom, boom, and that's it. But I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit about it. I'm just saying they're $10. You know, they're little mini me's. They're nice, but don't expect something crazy and new. They're just kind of the same thing as before, and they're great. Yeah, I know a little bit about Nerf. Y'all can hit me up. You got some questions about some Nerf. How about that? That was some gaming news. Y'all ready to do a little tech news? Okay. Yeah, nice throw. Boom. NVIDIA is in tech news. They're going to be releasing a limited edition Cyberpunk 2077 themed GPU. Saw this article on TechSpot. So we're pulling this info from. NVIDIA is having a sweepstakes and is giving away Cyberpunk 2077 branded GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. 77 cards available for the sweepstakes, 200 in total. The rest will be given away later. No specifics were really given. You enter the sweepstakes. You need to retweet NVIDIA's official reveal video. I'll show you the picture here below. And separately, tag a fellow Cyberpunk 2077 enthusiast in the announcement tweet and just make sure you reply in there. Just include that the hashtag RTXON is the hashtag you want to put. Basically, retweet, tag a friend, use the hashtag, enters you into the thing, into sweepstakes. If you are selected to win, both of you are going to be getting this special edition card. You can also head over to GeForce's Instagram and Facebook pages. You can like, retweet, comment, and any of the RTX on sweepstake posts would probably be a good idea if you want to enter. Yeah, pretty cool. It looks nice. It's basically an RTX 2080 Ti. That's it, baby. Has a cool skin on it. I mean, it'll look cool in the case if you have a case that opens up or, has, I want to say like plexiglass, like the 90s, the early 2000s. But yeah, if you got a nice case where you can see through there, that'd look good in there. Hey, it's good to enter. This isn't a very expensive. This card is over $1,000 just by itself. So, I mean, it's definitely worth the sweepstakes. I may go enter it myself. Hey, it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Samsung Galaxy Z flip phone has cracked. Yes. I honestly, I feel like these are going to be coming up a lot. And I think there's a lot of stress testing going on right now with the flip phones. And who did it? Was it Tech? Oh, I don't want to say wrong. I don't remember who it was. I don't want to say a wrong person and blame them. Somebody did a stress test on the Motorola Razr. So not the Samsung, it was the Razr. And they built this like machine, this like apparatus that they put the phone in and it clamped onto it. And then it was like doing this, like it would just close, open. And they did it for like a half a day. And after a half a day, like it totally broke it. And so they're like, wow, like this doesn't even hold up for half a day. I think they got like a couple thousand flips or something with it. And like Motorola actually came back and responded and they're like, you know what, you're testing it in uncontrolled environment. We don't know the pressure that you're putting on the phone. We don't know, like your test is invalid. They like shut them down. They're like, this is completely bullshit. This is not right. Then they tweeted them a picture of their machines that they had actually opening and then closing it using like this machine that would like roll over it and it just simulate like a real hand, like you would close it and flip it and use your hand in like a controlled environment. So, and I thought that was actually really wise of Motorola to do. I didn't expect that from them to like combat this, this tech website and be like, oh, what, but they did. I think it's great. Stand up for yourself. If you feel like it's invalid, I mean, I would stand up for myself if something was invalid. I'd be like, no, you're full of shit. That's not right. And here's the reasons why, you know what I mean? So good on them, Motorola. Good on them. But this article we were talking about, just a Samsung Z Flip phone. This is the second iteration of this foldable smartphone that they're working on, Z Flip, and they're using it. And, user goes by Doyer. I don't know. Mondoir. Mondor. See, I don't know. I can't pronounce any of these. Took his brand new phone out, removed the instruction film, and flipped his phone as anyone would do with a flip phone. A large crease crack that cut across the middle of the phone when he did that. Now he speculates that the cold weather may have caused it to happen. Oh, this article is actually talking about he took it out of the box and it broke. Took it out of the box and it broke. Oh, shit. This is different. This ain't some tech website doing a stress test. This dude pulled out of the box, $1,500 phone, opens it up, broke. First flip. Whoa, that's rough. Samsung is currently investigating to see why this happened. I don't know. I'm not sold on these flip phones yet, folks. Now, I know that's like one case out of like 1,000, right? I bet you there's thousands of people who bought this phone and they're having nothing but great results and no problems at all. And, you know, we're going to see all the negative sides of the flip phone with the foldable screen. We're going to see all that, all the negative stuff first and foremost. But that's crazy. I didn't know that. I thought it was just another article about another one breaking. No, this dude pulled it out of the box, flipped it, and it broke. Actually, I even have a picture of it here. Check it out. Damn, that's... Yeah, you can see that just right there in the middle. Looks like it has some bubbles in there, just cracked. I don't know, dude. I wouldn't chance it. That and $1,500 for a phone is just out of my blood. I mean, that's a down payment on a nice PC or something, dude. You can build something really nice for that. I mean, when smartphones are like $1,000 anyway, shit, what are we talking about? It's crazy. We have some news here about the Windows 10 update that came out. Windows Update 10, here it is. It's the KB 4532693. That's the update. It came out last 3 weeks ago. It's been causing serious issues with some Windows 10 users, deleting people's data, redoing their desktop, removing files, and Microsoft now has officially gone on record and said that they have acknowledged it, and it is a big problem. They're working on it. It's big news for them to actually admit that. Let's see, what do I have here? Some people here. I didn't write the article. I didn't write the article name. Shit. I forgot to. I try to credit everyone too, so that I make sure everyone knows where I get my data from. They were talking through email with Microsoft employees in their tech support team, and they staff revealed that Microsoft is aware. Quote, Microsoft is aware and it is a known issue, and our engineers are working diligently to find a solution for it. February 11th when it was released, KB 4532693 is what it is. It appears that Microsoft team has found a way to restore the files. All right, Windows 10, for some reason, is making a temporary user account where those files are being kept. So there's like a workaround. You got to create a temporary profile, log in that profile, transfer the data, then transfer it back to your new one, and you should get your data back. It's a big pain in the ass. You shouldn't have to do it in the first place. That's nuts, dude. That is fucking nuts. And I feel bad because like if Windows 10 is like the last Windows and this is how we're going to deal with this, like these mandatory updates, we have no choice, and then they break it all the time. Man, we got a serious issue on our hands, folks. Serious issue on our hands. Craziness. Just craziness. Last bit here on the tech news. I tried NVIDIA's cloud streaming service called GeForce Now. I reported on this before. I talked about it, but now I got firsthand experience. I actually tried it. I signed up for the free account. You all can sign up. It's free. It gives you like a 1 hour session in length. So if you want longer than that, you can go to the Founders, which is $5 a month, I think, for the first year. Kind of like the grandfather price. But yeah, GeForce Now. And let me just tell you, I wanted to do a little blurb about this because I actually did experience it. I didn't understand at first what it was. I thought it was like just like a Netflix of gaming. Basically what it is, you log in, all right, to this GeForce Now app. You launch it and it brings up just like a window, like a program. And it's like a virtual machine. Think of it like DOSBox or something. It's a virtual machine or VMware or something. So you enter this virtual machine, this NVIDIA GeForce Now program, and then inside there, you can launch Steam or whatever, and then have access to your games. And then you connect your Steam account, all right, pulls up your Steam account. You have all these games, all your game library. You can click it, install it, and then it downloads it really quick and installs it. And you click launch. I tried it with Dying Light. And what it does, it launches the game, but it launches it not from your machine or your hard drive. It launches it from their servers, wherever the server is. And they have servers all over the place, right? So it's kind of like Stadia in a way, right? Similar type of concept. So it launches the game on their servers, launches it on their hardware, all right? So it uses their hardware, their software, and then it uses your GPU locally. It uses the horsepower of your GPU to help aid in processing that, keeping the latency low, and it uses your network, all right, your network speed up to 50 down is what it is. That's the highest to give you 60 frames 1080p gaming, which, to be honest, I played it. I didn't notice any input lag with my mouse and keyboard. Now, Dying Light's kind of notorious for being laggy. Maybe I should have tried a different game. Maybe I should have tried like Bad Company or something where I really know that's 1-to-1. But it was awesome. It was great. And I noticed a little bit of pixelation, just a little bit. It was noticeable to me, but I was looking for it. I was like trying to find like the worst of the worst for it. It worked extremely well. Rock solid, no dropout, no connectivity issues, no latency issues. The shit was rock solid. I was looking at my data. I was looking at my network, and it was using between 30 to 50 down for that. And I told it to. You can go in and set your parameters to tell it how much, and it has presets too, like balanced, hardcore, like low latency. It has a presets, but you can go in and manually select. So if you say, I only want to use a 20 megabit down for this, I don't want to use up to 50, it will do that. And it will just tell you, okay, but you're going to see some pixelation. You may see some this and that, but okay, we'll set it to that. And what you get, what you put in is what you get out. And I think that's great. I loved it. Dude, straight up, when I was using it, my CPU, listen to this, get this. My CPU, now granted, I have a fucking NASA CPU. I have the 9900 Intel i9, whatever it is. It's crazy. But nevertheless, I don't care if it was just a quad core. The CPU was at 2% usage. 2% usage. Yeah. It didn't even touch the CPU. Why is that important? That's important because if you are somebody who needs to like capture footage, if you're somebody who needs to stream, now granted, this is it all, there's a bottleneck somewhere, right? If you have internet or, you know, your internet bandwidth can't handle that, you're going to have issues there. But let's just say I wanted to stream a game and I wanted to take the the encoding. I wanted to take it completely off of my CPU. Let's say I didn't have a powerful CPU. Say I had like a quad core and I'm trying to stream in 1080p 60. I'm trying to encode. I'm trying to stream. I'm trying to have OBS encode it, upload it, stream it. I'm just maxing out my system. You could use this GeForce Now to offload that task to their servers, kicks it back, and you can play your game and have like your local machine, OBS, record, high def, HD 60. You could do all of your encoding, probably even higher quality encoding and rendering, because now you have all this extra bandwidth and you have all this extra resource now with your CPU. Think about that. So that's great news for a gamer. I think that's huge. And I really liked it. Honestly, I'm thinking about getting the Founders Edition after my trial here. I think that's really, really great. You know, I think they're going to bring in Google Chrome as the support, like for browser. Once that happens, oh man, if I can play my Steam games from my browser, like out locally off my Chromebook with a controller or keyboard mouse, fucking sign me up, dude. Sign me up. That's a game changer. So that's super stoked. Yeah, I was really excited about that. I wanted to tell you guys about this and talk about my opinion on that, because I think this is doing it right. I think Stadia is missing the mark here. This is doing it right. You're using your own games from your own libraries. using the NVIDIA's GPU architecture, and you're using your own network. So you have to make sure you have all those working to make sure that works. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. That was it. That's all I had for tech news. Absolutely. We're going to get into a couple phone calls before we wrap it up. 503-908-5490. That is the phone number. You got something to say you want to talk about? Maybe you tried in GeForce Now. Maybe you're thinking about it. Maybe you're talking about animal droppings. Maybe you're confused about the Nintendo Cloud Save as well. Maybe you have some thoughts or opinions on that. I would love to talk to you about that. Send those in. Maybe you have some interest in the flip phones that are cracking. Like, what's up with that? Maybe you're excited about the Nerf blasters. I'm just going back through my list here. The Switch Lite, the new color. Maybe you got some stuff there. How about any of these games in gaming history that maybe you played? Do you have a memory about those? I would love to hear it. See, these are all things that we could talk about. And I love it. Did you see Sonic the movie? What'd you think of that? I would love to hear your opinion on that as well. And then finally, come on, I'm just begging for attention there. You maybe give me a little. Are you excited for Racing Apex? Are you excited? Are you going to be there for the reveal? Please be there. Please be there if you can. I almost thought about taking the day off of work, to be honest. Like, I want to be there. I don't even know what time they're doing it. I'm going to take the whole fucking day off. But I would love to hear your opinion once you see the reveal. Please get at me, okay? 503-908-5490. Those are just a couple of ideas for you. I have a couple of voicemails queued up. We're going to get on in here with my man Cameron again. He's here. The voicemail maniac. Let's see. I'm going to queue it up here. Thanks again for your call, Cameron. Appreciate that. Let's get down with this conversation and see what he's got to say this week. On this gaming moment, brought to you by Cameron Johnson.
Hey, Jason, it's Cameron Johnson. I've been kind of mulling over my question for the week this week, so it's coming a little later than usual, but I think I have a kind of an interesting one. What is your favorite, I guess, video game format or game format? So, for example, like Sega CD, their CDs, or Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, their cartridges, etc. I think my two favorite have got to be the TurboGrafx 16/PC Engine with the Hue cards. I just love those little tiny, credit card, smart credit card size games. Very cool, really cool format. Just a neat idea. Probably second place would be the Neo Geo cartridges. I had a Neo Geo back about 10 years ago and ended up selling it. It just got too expensive. One of those things I couldn't afford, but I mean, geez, how can you go wrong with the humongous, ginormous cartridges that, I mean, they're huge.
They're like VHS tapes.
A sight to behold, and
they're huge.
A really, really interesting, really cool format.
Like they're arcade boards. Yeah.
And my other question would be, what consoles do you enjoy collecting most at the moment? I tend to switch around, but I think at this point, really enjoying my Sega consoles. So Sega CD, mostly Sega Genesis, obviously. That's my thing. Sega Game Gear, which you can find for pretty cheap, actually, because so many Game Gears aren't working properly due to the capacitors.
Yeah, the caps
drying out. So I'd say, Game Gear, Genesis, Sega CD, and then to a lesser extent, Sega Saturn, because those prices are through the roof. So anyway, have a great week, sir, and we'll talk soon.
Cameron, thank you so much for the call. Appreciate that again. You always come through with great questions. I think all of us can relate to, all of us gamers here. I'm going to answer your questions backwards. What do I like collecting for the most right now? I'm going to be honest with you. For the last probably 2 years, as I've been working at my Hey,
Jason, Cameron again.
Hey, Cameron. As I've been working at my 9 to 5, grinding out there for the last couple of years, I've really cut back on spending and collecting per se. Even going to conventions and stuff, I've kind of slowed down on that a little bit. I want to pick that back up, but even when I go there, I just go to enjoy and have fun, and maybe spend, honestly, I'll maybe spend $100 and I'll buy some games. That will be my limit. I'll be super conservative, very, very reserved, not going for anything super rare. I'll get just crazy shitty racing games or common games that I just haven't picked up or something like that. So I'll answer it by saying the last console or the last console that I really went hardcore on collecting, which was my PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1, I pretty much went ham on for a long time. Our local store here, Bookman's, and a whole bunch of other local game stores and even like conventions and things. There was a time when the PlayStation 1 was nobody, again, you know, this is the phase of collecting, right? It should be a segment, phase of collecting. And it was in this phase of get rid of this shit, no one wants it. So I would swoop in and really just buy a bunch, even if it looked terrible or looked remotely interesting. If the game is $3 or $4 or even $1 sometimes or cheaper, why not take a gamble on it? Take a risk. I did that for a good couple of years on PS1, just grabbing random stuff, just, you know, here and there. I'd go to like local record stores and they have like a little section of like video games. And it would just be full of just common shitty PS1 games. And I'd thumb through and find a couple of gems here, find this, find that. Oh, EA, oh, Activision, oh, you know, Infogrames. Oh, well, you know, you look at that, check that. So I did that a lot. And I have tons of PS1 games that I've been doing that with. This was a couple of years ago. Of course, I've again slowed down on it, so I don't have. I haven't been doing that. I've been trying to conserve and be smart with it. And then to answer your other question about what's your favorite format, holy shit, we could really have a whole conversation on this. I think I'll answer it in kind of a three-parter because I have three things to say about this. Okay, we started out with cartridges. Cartridges are great. Cartridges are they're pretty solid for the most part. The PCBs are solid as long as they are treated properly. Keep them away from moisture, water, keep them away from food, spillage, any of that crap. Don't leave them in a really thick humidity environment. Keep them dry and they'll last a long time, if not forever. They really can. They do have batteries. Some of them have battery backups inside that will need to be replaced at some point. That's a drawback. And then the other drawback is that they're limited by their capacity. So that's where we had started to have a problem, right, with capacity and cost of cartridge. Well, here I am breaking down the history of the storage medium. And then we moved on to CDs, compact disc, optical media, because one, they're smaller in a way, and they are easier to handle in a way. Not really. We learned that later on, right? They can scratch and they're easy. You can damage the data. But you could store more, 800 megabytes now of data. So now PS1 and Sega, CD, and all these games were coming out like, boom, hey, we can fit all this data on these discs and it makes sense. Problem with that is, right, you can scratch it, you can damage it, you know, you can break them in half. Like, you know, there's a lot of drawbacks to that. And then we hit the thing where games are now getting massive. And I think we're coming back full circle to like a cartridge. Like, what do you think a Nintendo Switch game is? What do you think that is? It's a fucking SD card. All right. It's a memory card. That's exactly what it is. What do you think DS is? What do you think Game Boy Advance is? They're just little mini cartridges. This is flash memory storage medium. So I think, to answer your question, just to kind of break down, because I want to say, oh yeah, CDs. No, CDs are not my favorite. In fact, they're my least favorite because of, we talked about disc rot last episode. That can happen. We talked about scratching, very easy to scratch. If you mishandle it, I mean, dude, if someone takes it off and like puts it on their shirt and tries to like, oh, I'm helping, I'm cleaning it. Look, I'm cleaning it. No, you're fucking scratching it up. Like you've got stuff on your shirt. Like, no, don't do that. You know, there's a certain procedure to do that. You have a problem. So I want to say, my second favorite is probably cartridge because it's the physicalness of it. I love the artwork that's on it, like Genesis or Super Nintendo or NES or TurboGrafx. You know, they have the cartridge. You talked about the Neo Geo, dude. Yeah, man, those are like VHS tapes. They're big ass brick going in there. You know, those are really cool. And I'm going to say something kind of controversial here a little bit, and almost going against every ounce of my body wanting to say this, but I have to be honest with you guys. I love cartridges. That's probably my number two, but my all-time, probably my favorite medium, I hate saying it, and you know what it's going to be. I know you're already guessing it. It's digital. Why do I say that? Digital is lightweight, right? You don't have to store it. It's in the cloud. It's there. It can be replicated. You can delete it. You can re-download it. It's always there. I know it's rough. It's convenient. I can go install it really quick. It will work. It's there. What sucks about it? There's fucking nothing there. It's just the game. It's a program. You don't even actually have any physicalness to it whatsoever. So it sucks. But I love digital in that regard, in that convenience aspect. But everything else about it, I hate. But I love the fact that I don't need to go in and pull out a CD that may be scratched or try to fix it or blow on the cartridge, even though that's not how you should do it. We used to do that, but you don't blow on the cartridges, but like clean the pins and, it takes maintenance. It's like an old car. You always got to maintain that old car, make sure it's running and make sure it's got oil and lubed up, everything's good. Cartridges kind of the same way. Got to be careful with it. Don't heavy hand them, don't slam them into the machines. A lot of people will just slam them in there like, oh my God. Like the way people you can judge a person by the way they take a cartridge in and out of a console. Straight up. And I know that's something everyone can agree with. You can judge a person by how they take a cartridge in and out of a console. I know you're all sitting there going, yep, you're shaking your head going, he's right. He's right. And I'm sorry, but I judge a person by how they take a cartridge in and out of a console. It's just the way it is, man. Have a little respect for that old ass, 20, 30-year-old machine and game, Cameron, great question. Absolutely great question. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the question. And thank you for joining Patreon, sir. Really appreciate that. We got one more question here before we wrap up the show. We got one from the K Pierce, my man. In the house. Okay, Pierce, let's do it. Let's hop in here. Thank you for the call.
Hey, Jason, Steph, and Bob. Keegan here, also known as the K Pierce. One of my favorite YouTube videos from you is probably the Whack-A-Mole plug and play. I can watch that any day of the week, 365. Also, a question on that. If there is any more plug and plays out there, could you see yourself doing more plug and play videos like you have in the past? Thanks. Bye.
Keegan, what is up? Thank you so much for the call. I appreciate you, K Pierce. Man, you know what's crazy about that is you mentioned Whack-A-Mole, and I had to go back and I had to rewatch that video because I'm like, that is your favorite video out of the 500 plus videos I've done? I was like, what? I got to go watch this again. What did I do? And honestly, I don't know what I was high on life or something in that video because I was just having fun, being totally random. I brought in a fucking rubber mallet with me and I'm like, whack, whack, whack. And I was just like fucking around, having fun, laughing, enjoying myself. And dude, that video was pretty funny. I found myself laughing and that's pretty crazy. I usually don't laugh at myself because I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. But it was pretty funny. So that's really crazy that you said that. I love the plug and plays, as you know, love them. And what was it? Maybe 2 years ago or maybe a year and a half ago, I went through my plug and play collection. No, shit. It was longer than that. It was like 3 years ago. I uploaded a video on YouTube as my plug and play collection, and I put all my plug and plays on the table. I took up the table. I talked about them. Keegan, you've probably seen it if you like plug and plays. I encourage everyone to go check it out. And I sort of thinned the herd a little bit. I got rid of some stuff and kept the ones that I really like. Don't get me wrong. I still have probably 50 or 60 of them. I have an entire bin just full of plug and plays. And I love them. I love collecting them. I love the way they look. They display really nice. And some games are really, really good. Like the pole position, that's my favorite one. The Mortal Kombat one. And there's really crazy ones like Whack-A-Mole. And there's some like BMX racing ones. A bunch of crazy shit. So yes, absolutely love plug and plays. Will I do them more in the future? I can see myself doing more in the future. And maybe I will. I'll plug it in. Maybe I'll do a live stream of it and then just, transfer that, upload it to YouTube or something and just play the games and see how it is. I wanted to do some more pole position, like time trials, really trying to break like the high score, get like the world record, like do that on speedruns.com or something. So I don't know. We'll look into it, man. K Pierce, my man, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate you greatly. Thanks for your long time support and friendship over the years, man. That's old school. That's taking it back. K Pierce, longtime friend of the Heine house. All right, folks. Hey, if you want to get down, you want to ask a question, something similar or something completely unrelated, I would love to chat with you about anything. 503-908-5800. $54.90. And if you do not have a phone or don't want to call long distance, if you're outside the United States, record yourself on the computer, smartphone, whatever have you, and just email it. Email it right on over to me, heinehouselive@gmail.com. I would be happy to get it on the air for next time. Before we go, round of applause for the patrons again. Thank you so much. The verbal shout out for the Game Lofters. Mr. Brandon, George, Erin, Weldon, Tammy, Sam, Luke, Ryan, and Justin. Appreciate your support so much. And welcome the new patrons, Duke Magnum and Cameron Johnson. Another round.
Stop it. Get some help.
No, don't get any help. There we go. Patreon.com/Jason Heine. If you enjoyed the show, please consider supporting it on Patreon right here. And I'll keep it alive. We'll keep it going. All right, folks, I think that's about it. Let's wrap it up with a song. How about a song? You want to hear something? Now, a lot of people don't know, probably because I don't talk too much about it, but for many, many years, well, I'm a drummer, obviously, you guys know that, but for many years, I had a band. It was like a kind of like a hard rock, pop rock, kind of progressive type rock band called Rex Soul. Yes, after the fish. Yes, we even had a sign that we would display behind us when we were playing, and would say Rex Soul, and then like below it, it's like it's a fish. Like, yeah, it's a fish. I didn't name the band, but hey, it was fitting. Band names are an interesting thing. So yeah, I was a drummer in this band for many, many years in the Portland area. We toured kind of the Northwest and did the Portland scene for many, many years. Great group of friends, very, very close to me. In fact, I still talk to these gentlemen all the time. I still collaborate with them. And even my good friend Luke, who's a guitar player in this band, he's contributed and played some guitar and some funk type stuff on the Racing Apex soundtrack that we've been working on for so many years. So I'm still very, very close with all these amazing musicians. These are my music brothers. And so I want to play a song from our album that we call Elasticity. This was an unreleased album that when we recorded and composed this album in 2007. And then I moved to go to college. And at the same time, we did the Christmas album. At the same time, I did R&B album, my personal album. So I was doing like juggling 3 albums. And we just didn't ever release this. And I decided in 2009, when I was in Colorado, I decided to go through and actually remix the album because I didn't really like the recording, the way it sounded. So I took some time, put some stuff together. So it's obviously been about 10 years since I remixed this. And I would love to go back and re-record some of the stuff with my newfound knowledge of audio and recording. It'd be great. And maybe sometime we will. Maybe I'll fly up to Portland and we'll work something out. But yeah, great band, great music. Played with them for many, many years. And a lot of people don't know that I was in a rock band and did this sort of thing. So I'm going to play a song called Lately. This was a song off of our 2007 release, Elasticity. All right. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for spending your time with me today. And I look forward to hanging out with you next week. Bye now.
One thing to another, all these crazy things start out somewhere. It's alright, 'cause all these pictures won't align. So what you think about me lately? With your senses running over time. When you think it's really nothing, gonna take what's mine, you going. Everybody knows me, something's happened. white. It goes see that simulated leather, doll for shower weather. It's alright, it's up to all these bitches in the ride. So what you think around me lately? With your senses running over time. Now you think it's truly nothing. I'm gonna take what's mine, look your way.
And of course, if you want to get this at all, get up in there on my Bandcamp and give it a download. Support us if you like it. Thanks so much, folks. Have a great night. We'll catch you next week. We can't give you all the music there. I mean, I could, but see you next week.